I want to talk to you about your neck injury. You were filming Dark Angel.
Yeah.
And so you were doing a deal with a stunt woman and crash landing. What, in your neck? Mm-hmm. 3 broke vertebrae are cracked?
Yeah.
What was the story on that? And so it was your first TV gig?
Yeah, that was my first TV gig, my last TV gig.
First and last.
And that was when you had talked about going out there and doing all these moves and just feeling like I can be wide open in the ring. I had kid power. I was invincible until then. I mean, and it really took my invincibility out of me. And that is what, screw the pain, screw the time on the shelf, but taking my invincibility away was like the biggest bummer. That and the fact that I took for a long time, I wanted the girl that dropped me. I wanted her neck to be broken. And I didn't like carrying that around. I'm like, if I see her, I want to attack her, and I don't like feeling like that.
Right. Do you still harbor those feelings?
I don't now, just because I'm like, whatever. It's like, it's not just even something that I think about, but it took a long time for me to even shake. I was like, I hate her. And I don't even like that I hate her, and I wish I didn't.
Right.
And I felt like a jerk, but who I talked to about it? I talked to Draws, and I was like, how can you forgive? I'm walking and I'm going to get better. I feel like a jerk for even bringing this up to you. And he's like, no, let's talk about it. He's fine. We were friends, but, after talking to him about it, and he, I was like, all right, if he can do this, I can too. Not today. I'm not just going to go, okay, today you said so, and I'm going to do it too. But I was like, I'm talking to Draws, who's never going to walk again. I'm going to walk again, and I'm going to wrestle again. I need to just chill out and figure out how to reflect and grow from this, and not focus my energy on
negative and be hateful.
But I need to let me give myself to be negative for a minute, let me get it out.
Yeah, you got to do that. So you're doing the thing. The deal happens. You get smoked. I mean, so what? Bring an ambulance on the scene. They put you in a collar. Oh hell, her neck's broke, and then you're right to surgery because you made a couple rounds, didn't you?
Yeah. We were only like a week into shooting, and I was there. Here at WWE. Protocol. I'm like, here's the trainer. This is the doctor. This is how we do things there. And so I'm laying there after the move went wrong, and they said, oh, let's just go ahead and we'll just take a break. And I'm laid out on the wrestling mat, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, because I can't. I'm on a break right now. I can't move.
Yeah.
And they said, well, they said just give you a few minutes. I said, he said, if we need to, we'll just walk through the rest of it. We don't need to be physical with it. And I'm laying there. They said, are you okay? I said, well, I can move my fingers and toes, but I can't get up. They said, oh, you just got a stinger. You'll be fine. And
that's a movie set telling you just got a stinger?
And I'm thinking, I hope I just got a stinger. I mean, I didn't, but I hope I did, and so after about 5 minutes of just laying there, and I'm just laying there, it's this weird, helpless feeling because I don't know who any of these people are, who to ask for, what to do. And, from being there, it's normally them being the officer or medical going, you took a really bad fall. We need to look at that. And you're like, no, I'm fine. Don't worry. I'm going to ice it. And they're like, no, well, just to be safe, let's look at it. Well, I'm going, I think we should, I think I'm hurt. And they're like,
the roles were reversed.
You're fine.
Yeah, no, you're fine. No, I need to be looked at.
Right. And then, I mean, we're just so used to being tough. And so the last thing I was like, wait, I think I'm pretty tough, but I think I'm hurt.
You are.
So, but they don't think I'm hurt. So I guess I'm not.
Right.
Well, and so after 5 minutes, they said, all right, can you get up? And I was like, well, I think if you push me to a seated position, I could stand up from there. Are we supposed to move me though?
Yeah,
I'm just like,
isn't
there like something with head injuries and neck injuries that you're supposed to just leave there? And they're like, okay. So they literally put 2 hands under my shoulders and just pushed me up to a seated position. My left arm didn't work. I thought maybe I landed on my shoulder or something. So I just took my right arm and held my left arm and just got myself up to a stand and just kind of stood there. My traps and shoulders are jacked up to my ears trying to support my neck that's broken. My other arm is up holding, and just kind of stayed like that. And then they just kind of were like, and just walked through the rest of the thing. And I'm like, okay. And I mean, and I was hoping, I'm like, I'm going to go home and take a bath, and this is apparently going to go away because nobody else seems to, everybody else here seems to think it's going to go away, and I couldn't take my clothes off. I couldn't move. I couldn't
So what did you do? You call and go to the doctor? What do you do?
I said, okay, so I think hopefully after I take a shower, everything will be fine. If it's not, is there someone I should call? And they're like, I don't know. I mean, maybe just ask at your hotel if they have a doctor, because they didn't want it on there.
This is in Los Angeles, right?
It's in Vancouver.
Vancouver, okay.
Mm-hmm. And they just like, they don't want it associated with their, I guess if you call the hotel, they can refer you to a doctor. And I was like, all right. Call the next day to the hotel, who was like somebody like if you have allergies or something when you're on vacation, it's not like, you know. And so he comes to my room. He's like, okay, move your head up, move it down, move it left, move it right. You know, which is of course I'm like, I can't. And he's like, all right, well, here's some prescription. And I mean, I guess you can't do the show. And I'm like, I mean, all right, like who's making these calls? Like, I just don't know. Like, it was just so uncomfortably out of my element. And I remember having this with other major injuries that by the time I finally found out my neck was broken, I was kind of like, see, told you. Like, part of me was like that, but then part of me was like, now I gotta have surgery and now I'm like screwed up. But like, I didn't want to have like caused all that like commotion and then be like, it's fine. Like, would you just, fine, here's your stupid x-ray. See, told you everything's fine. Go on and shut up. But so same thing with my knee. I tore everything in my knee and I couldn't finish the match. It was the only time I've never been able to finish the match.
Right.
And I was thinking, even out there as we're switching the finish and I'm trying to get through just to like, and I'm like, there better be something wrong with my knee because I don't want to cause a stink and then be like, just a little sprain. And you're like,
Oh, okay, but let's stick to the neck. So you get your neck fixed. What did they do to your neck? Did they fuse 3 levels, 2 levels? What did they do?
5 to 7. So just 2 levels.
Okay. Took a bone out of your hip or what?
Yeah. I think I was like in the last wave of the bone out of the hip.
Mm-hmm.
So I have nothing else to compare it to. Which of course that was the bitch to heal, the bone out of your hip walking around.
Doesn't really bother me at all.
Yeah. Not now. No.
Yeah.
Do you feel it? Do you have like a divot still?
No.
I got a chunk.
I built mine up with a beer.
Oh, but that's
no
what
divot
I'm
there for
missing.
me.
I've got a big divot out of my hip still.
Yeah, because you had your neck done by Youngblood, and when Youngblood, when I woke up, he goes, I took a big thick bone out of your hip or your iliac crest. He goes, so you used to be 6'1", maybe you'll be 6'2" now. It's kind of ribbing me. It helped me on my basketball game. So you were down for what, 15, 17 months?
Yeah, 15 months.
So then you come back and you're ready to get back in action.
Yeah, and they'd said a year initially, and I remember coming up on a year, and I was like, I want to be ahead of the curve, but I'm not. I don't feel ready yet. And again, you know, like, and you know that you want to push yourself, and I felt a little like lame for not being. I'm like, they say a year. I want at 11 months. I want to be back there, but I'm like, I'm not ready.
But you just can't make bone grow back to bone.
Yeah.
ASAP.
I mean, and then you've got so much muscle to build back up because I remember your limitations are such, so like, don't lift more than a jug of milk. Don't do any, you know, so you're just like withering away.
Yeah. How was that for you? I really went into a lot of depression when I went to my next stuff and just ride around. I slowly ride around my property on my four-wheeler and just cruise around. I had a cooler full of beer on the back. And it was just, it was bad for me.
Yeah.
So how far down did you go? And then what brought you out of that?
Wow, man. Yeah, that was tough. I mean, cause you're alone, you know, I mean, like this world, all your friends and all your people that you deal with are in that.
They're out on the road doing their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and you can't do anything. They're like, you know, only lift a jug of milk. You can't drive. I had to be in that hard collar for 4 months because of the broken bones.
Who did you have to help you?
No one. I mean, you know,
your thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, I could take care of myself, but I just couldn't do anything.
Well, I know,
fun,
but to me, I mean, like, man, I just turned to jello. I mean, I'd eat a lot of Mexican food, but I couldn't lift weights. And just all the muscle that I spent my whole life trying to build up left.
Yeah. I really depressed. I'd eat like a box of Little Debbie's. That was my thing.
Little Debbie's. Mine was Mexican food. And you know what I used to do? I would get in my pickup truck and I'd drive down the road about 40 miles and there was in Fredericksburg, there was a Sonic and I'd get a jalapeno burger and I ate the jalapeno burger. But you know, did they go in through the front of your neck?
Yeah.
Well, you know, when they were going to the front, I got this big ass neck and they pull all that stuff to the side so I couldn't swallow very good. So there's a couple times after I go through get my Sonic burger, I was going to be like, I've got, you know, a big chunk of cheeseburger lodged in my throat.
Yeah. And it feels
this is how I'm going to die.
Oh,
choking on a Sonic double cheese, a jalapeno burger. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Did you ever have that happen to you?
I've never choked on a Sonic burger, no.
Okay. Well, what did you choke on? Yeah, I can't be the only person.
No, it did. It was messed up there. It's like the back of your neck was the problem, but now the front of your neck's your problem. Until it kind of like fused back, got used to being back where it needed to get back. I just remember, I felt so like wimpy and weak, and I hated as much as I hated being in that hard collar, I hated taking it off to shower, cause then now I'm all
you got old scrawny neck.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable. So, I mean, I just felt useless to everyone. I was sitting at home by myself, but yeah, I didn't want to go out, I didn't want to go do appearances cause I felt real gross and yuck, and I didn't want to.
Were you still watching the business? Hard to watch?
I think I didn't, I'd probably have it on and then do laundry. So I had something to kind of, it's like I felt like I had to and I should watch it and I wanted to, but it was tough.
So then when you get the yellow light from Youngblood and then the green light, so then all of a sudden you're kicking the training back in and you're ready to get back in the ring. And, any doubts, skeptical of what the body can do, worried about your neck?
Well, I got into a decent headspace at first. What I ended up doing was started volunteering at an animal shelter, and I gave myself hours, like as an employee, so that I had somewhere to go and somewhere to be, so that I wouldn't stay up till 6 a.m. watching TV and then sleep all day and then go eat Little Debbie's. So I did that, and that helped me because I was like, I can't help myself and I can't do anything. I can help these. It just made me feel like I was doing something. And then once I started able to work out more, it was really great. And I was like building this whole new body. And, I'd have my whole day based around working out. I'd wake up and I'd do my cardio, and then I'd eat, and then I'd go do Bikram yoga, and then I'd come back, then I'd weight train at night. And then I loved it, and it was so great to start feeling human. And when I came back, it was great. Like they do the annual Divas, magazine, and it was in Mexico. So I did one TV, cleared house and came back, shot a photo shoot in Mexico, which is, where I started. So, and then I'm like, you're like phase 2, like, let's do this. I felt really great. And I was glad that I took the 15 months instead of 12, because at 12, I felt like I would have been trying to tell myself that I was ready, but I was ready at 15. And people will say, oh, you didn't do the moonsault. You didn't do those things after your neck. And it's like, no, I did. And it had nothing to do with how I felt. It had to do with, you guys all know my story and know I just came back from a neck thing. So let me make it mean something, because I have that luxury to be able to make it mean something. Right.